Wow, to be a fly on the wall at the latest RBA board meeting, it would have been fascinating as the conversation would have moved to the political uncertainty that we've currently got in federal politics. Really important to understand that this circus that is Canberra and this new structure of our government and the lower house and the upper house is effectively going to mean that we're not going to see a mandate for any policy deliveries that are going to make any big significant difference to our economy. And that is obviously what the RBA are thinking about. Now, they didn't pull the trigger to lower interest rates this month because they're waiting on a couple of things. The first thing they want to see is the CPI data for the second quarter, so the end of June, which comes out at the end of this month. The second thing, I think it's pretty clear that the rating agencies around the world will more than likely drop our AAA credit rating. We saw the Brexit vote cause the United Kingdom's AAA credit rating to be removed or downgraded, and I suspect the political uncertainty that we're now going to enjoy, and that's not the right word, but we're now going to have to experience here in Australia is going to pull the trigger for those, because the reality is, here's what's going to happen. Business confidence is going to now be smashed, okay? Consumer confidence is then going to follow. Consumer spending is also going to slow down, and we're going to have an economic slowdown because there wasn't a clear mandate delivered. Now, I think people got a bit complacent around the fact that we've had 25 years of positive economic growth, and they probably haven't seen some tough times. So maybe this is the recession that we had to have for a second time. I do believe that obviously when you do bottom out, and you bottom out hard, and unemployment does grow, and the economy really struggles, people then realise the importance of planning for the future. And then the tough decisions are allowed to get made in politics. Total tax reform, including the GST, bring it all into play, making sure that we've got infrastructure projects that are going to lead us through to the next century, not just for today and tomorrow. Right now, we've got this problem with politics, and it's this popular politics that's being played by the two big parties to stay in power without making those tough decisions. And that's being led by us, the voters, who are making those decisions based on, oh, it's okay, things are all right. So when they do bottom out, you'll realise that the economy is the number one game in town. And when you start playing with that, the flow-on effects to not only health, to education, to all those other things play out, okay? One thing's for sure, you never tax your way to prosperity. It's a really important message. You don't get economic growth when you keep raising taxes. What you need to do is grow the economy and then take a percentage of those as the economy grows, and that's your tax revenues. So look forward to higher deficits, okay? And that's also going to mean it's going to take us a lot longer to come back into surplus. So not a good outcome for the economy. No one got a clear agenda, sort of to take the nation forward. And the circus that will be Canberra over the next 3 years is going to play out in all of our hip pockets, with potentially lower prices for our housing, and job security is also going to be at question. So my message here, and I know I've been taking some time to get to it, but it's a really important message. And that is to all of our Empower Wealth clients. If it is to be, it's up to me. Get rid of the noise that's playing in your head, okay? And start to think about looking after your own backyard. Because right now, this noise that is our political environment is toxic. It's not healthy for anyone. So you need to take charge of your circumstances. Get back to the basics. Make sure you've got a buffer. Make sure your cash flow's in order. And then if you do have job security, well then the time now is a really opportunistic time to get to look into the market over the course of the next 6 to 18 months. This is the time where, when everything else is going down, you can see great opportunities. And there does become those smart opportunities now that are going to set you up, not for the next 6 months or 12 months, but I'm talking the next 6 years, 12 years and beyond. These are when you make those great decisions, okay? And you stay the course and you look after your own backyard, because the government is not going to be in a position to fund our health services as we live longer. There's absolutely no doubt that they won't be able to afford things. And when that happens, our pensions are going to be in question. So superannuation is going to be a political part, not a political part, an important part in terms of how you look after your future. Okay, so don't get complacent around your super. Make sure you understand what you're investing in. Make sure you understand the opportunity that super is going to provide for you. And of course, super's not going to be enough. You also need to make sure that you're doing other things. You're making your money work harder for you. So I haven't spent a lot of time in talking about interest rates today. I'm speaking about this is a wake-up call. This is a moment in time where you need to make sure that you're thinking about your own backyard and saying, all right, I'll let that noise go on. All right, we won't be a welfare state forever, and I can't rely on that. So ultimately, I'm going to make a decision on looking after my best interests and my family's best interests by investing and building that nest egg that's going to look after us into the future. Thanks for watching.